Hey, Mega Moms, Jessica Hensley here with Real Estate Mega Moms, where we help moms create a life and a business that we love, that they love, and we love. And I have Stefanie Stockberger with me, my partner here at Mega Moms. And today we're going to talk about a lead source that you may not know about or maybe have overlooked, and that is joining or creating a leads group, a referral group. So we'll talk all about that. Well, what's it called? Let's settle the debate here. Is it a leads group?
Or networking group. People call it different things. Yeah.
So I've heard of these before. I've never been part of one personally. Of course, I'm in a pretty rural area, but we were talking the other day, and Stefanie, she joined one, and she actually applied for one. There was quite a process to get approved for it, and you meet every Wednesday. And so, but then you were telling me that you have started some in the past. So Stefanie, educate us. What is a network group? How can we find a network group? How can we create one if we can't find one? Like, give us all the details.
All the things. Okay. So I'll start way back. So 17 years ago, I started my own leads group. So there wasn't any leads groups around, and the group that I was working with had their own leads group. So I'm like, well, I want to be part of one, and I was brand new, and I'm like, I'll just start my own. So what I did is I would go out to different industries that I worked with, such as insurance agent, lender, HVAC contractor, roofer, all the different areas that I worked with. And I would ask, would you like to be part of my networking group? And we would meet once a week, or you can do it every other week as well. But you would ask these specific industry leaders to come and meet with you. And you would ask them to, every week you would have like one person that would teach on a certain subject. And it would have to be organized, by the way. And attendance has to be taken. It has to be serious. Because what happens is people don't like to come. So it has to be serious. And for you to, in order for you to hold their position in this networking group, you would have to make sure that you hold attendance. If they don't come, let's say, once every 3 months, then they're out of the group. So it has to be organized. I had a little binder, and I had the rules. In order to be part of this group, you had to do certain things. And I set myself up as leader or president of the group at that time. And it was all very official. I came from a human resources background, so I brought some of that into this group. So what we would do is we'd go around and say wants and needs for everyone in the group, and then once every time we would have one person from each of the industry. I'm having a hard time talking today. One person kind of talk about like a hot topic in their industry. So everyone would be able to present based on what was going on in their industry. So you'd be able to have about 20 minutes or so kind of saying what is going on. And that was kind of like a nervous thing for, if it was your time, you'd kind of say, hi, I'm Stefanie Stockberger with eXp Realty, and this is what's going on. So you kind of get to know each other that way, and it's really exciting. But anyway, so I created the group that time. And honestly, I'm still friends and still work with a lot of those people from 17 years ago. And I would say that group stuck around for like 3 or 4 years. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of like BNI. Okay, so
yeah, that's the only ones I've heard of.
Okay.
And those are kind of everywhere, right?
Yeah, I think they're nationwide, and those are kind of the ones that you have to apply for, and I think there's a cost and those kind of things. I've actually been part of a BNI group before, and when we adopted Macon and the times didn't work, it was like at 6 o'clock in the morning or something like that, and when I adopted Macon, the timing didn't work, so that didn't work for very long. But now I'm part of a very amazing group of strong women that it's every Wednesday, and it's a networking / it is kind of a leads group, but more of a networking group, and it's powerful women that are leaders in the industry or entrepreneurs, and we go around, and again we say wants and needs, and then we also, we'll share like 1 month, like if it's my month, then for 4 weeks, I'll get to share information about my industry. So you get to really know like different industries. Like if it's insurance, I get to know more about the insurance industry. If it's about investments, I get to know about the investment industry. But I get to know a lot about the Sioux Falls market, and I just love it.
That is so cool. So is there like a agreement or requirement to refer business to each other?
No. So in BNI, though, I believe that there was an agreement. So there was a lot of I wouldn't say pressure, but they really wanted you to pass leads to each other. There was actually forms that you pass leads to each other. The group that I'm in right now, it's just that we get to know each other so well, and we respect each other so much and trust each other so much that it's just kind of a given that if we know someone that matches what the other person needs, that will pass the leads. So yeah, so it's a little bit different of a group. It's a lot of just information and a lot of respect. It's not really a leads group. I'm doing air quotations. It's more of a networking group that just ends up being kind of a leads group just because we respect each other and learn from each other so much.
Yeah, it's just a byproduct of getting to know each other. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
So for someone like me, I don't think there's a group like that locally, at least not that I'm aware of. And I suppose if there was, the realtor position's probably already filled. So let's say I wanted to start this and meet once a week. How would I go about finding the people, and what would you recommend for like an application process? Just this, what's a step-by-step, high level of how I start this?
You hit the nail on the head. Realtor position and the banker position will always be full, or the mortgage will always be full. So I would probably say you'd probably want to put it on like Facebook that you're starting a leads group, or I would say networking group. Leads group is just kind of harsh. I mean, then it just is like, are we going to get together and you have to pass leads? Because there are situations where, you might have a relationship with another vendor that, you feel like you have to pass a lead to someone that you don't know, and it's forced. And I don't really like that. And I don't know about you, but it's like, you don't have to pass a lead to someone. So I'd say networking group. You would have to start by getting to know each other. So I'd say networking group. So I'd probably post it on Facebook. And it really would start by you getting together with, maybe you have a lender in town or a insurance agent in town, or a few other people that you really know, like, and trust that you'd start it with. And maybe list out in Facebook, say, hey, we're starting a networking group in town. We already have these couple of categories taken care of. We're looking for hairdresser, massage therapist, a investor, list all the categories that you want in your group. Please get a hold of us if you have any interest. And then invite those people to come to your group and be part of it. And then maybe visit a few times, and then see if they like your group, if they fit in your group. And then the people that are already in your group, such as your insurance agent or your mortgage person that you started this with, will vote whether or not they can be part of your group. And if you want to be,
that sounds kind of scary.
It is.
Because I feel like it might make somebody upset. How do you handle that?
I will tell you, most people are going to be in. The reason why I say that is because you might have several people in one industry that apply. Let's say that you start with if I were you, I'd probably start with your mortgage person or your insurance agent, because otherwise you're going to probably have several of those apply right away. Start with the people that would be a really good powerhouse for you and would help you really start this networking group together. And that way you can start with those and then ask for other industry people to follow along. Yeah. And that way, you might have like a housekeeper or those kind of people. You're probably not going to have like 5 housekeepers come at one time,
Right.
And once you fill one industry, there's no more. You're just going to have one. So it's pretty easy and it goes pretty gradual. But I would say, if you can get 10 or 15 people, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And you're going to want to have it at a place that's consistent every week. And if you can do coffee every week, or, and if you can have it at one of the vendors, like if it's at a bank, or just if it's at your office or one of your offices, or if you can support one of the vendors and have it there every week, or maybe go from one of your office one week to a mortgage office one week, to an insurance office one week. As long as you're doing it, every week at the same time is wonderful. You go around wants and needs. And also when you do wants and needs, do thank yous. So I would say, hey, Dawn, thank you so much for taking care of my buyers. This is a lender that is in my networking group. Thanks so much for taking care of my buyers. You did an excellent job with a wonderful mortgage package. Thank you so much to the insurance agent, Tara, for taking care of them with insurance. You did an excellent job providing an excellent, insurance package. Or we do thank yous as well. So that way everyone in the group knows that we are passing those transactions back and forth too, so people just really know. And then also we do social things together. We'll do if there's anything in the community that we can do together to give back to the community, we'll do those things together too. And it's really gotten to be just a nice bonding situation as well. So I really look forward to our Wednesday. We have lunches together every Wednesday. And I really look forward to that too, because if there's anything that's going on in life that is stressful, they will help kind of work through those things, with me, and vice versa. If there's something going on in their life, whether it be their personal life or their work life, we'll work it out together. And so it's kind of a little side family.
That's so cool. I love that. And it's just like, it's a network. It's your built-in network. And
there you go.
It's hard to find that organically, I think. So I like this, unless you're from the area that you're like born and raised in the area that you work. For those, we have a lot of our moms move across the country, and it's like, hey, I relocated to this area. I know no one. So how do I build this community? And I think this could be one great way. There's other ways, but I love this as one of the strategies. And even for me, I mean, I wasn't born and raised here. My husband was, but I don't have the personal connections like from high school and all of that. So thank you for sharing. And I'm excited. Hopefully this was inspirational to someone listening out there, and you have some more ideas on how to start your own networking group. And speaking of being connected, Steph, we're going to have our Abundance Conference coming up in September. It's September 19th through the 21st. And we're going to help you, moms, get connected to people that we trust in the industry that help us with our business, but also with each other. And having those connections nationwide is huge, and just getting refueled and recharged. If you haven't grabbed your Abundance ticket, you need to do that right now. Ticket sales will be ending in about 15 days. So if you're like me and you're a procrastinator, we have to have our final numbers to the venue by August 15th, I believe. So now is the time. Grab it. get your room. I think there's a few rooms available. I know they were starting to be booked up. So yeah, Steph, do you want to share anything about the Abundance Conference?
No, I'm just so excited. When you said September, I'm like, wait a second. Tomorrow is August.
I know. I'm going to get to see you soon, Steph.
I know. I get to hug your face like for real. Like when I see you in real.
Yes. I'm so excited. And we got to preview the Beeman, and it's just really cool. It's a funky, modern hotel in Dallas and really easy to get to from either airport. But Steph and I flew in, or I flew into the Love Field. Did you fly into Love Field or the other one?
No, I did another one.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it, but
yeah.
We're about the same distance away, it seemed like.
Yeah. So super easy to get to. And, it's just going to be so much fun. So grab those tickets if you haven't already, especially if you're in the Dallas area. There's absolutely no reason for you not to be there. So message us if you need help. We'll put the link to grab your ticket. And we'll see everyone in the next episode. Bye, moms.